Anthony Edwards and the Minnesota Timberwolves got a really big task ahead of them. And when I mean big task, I mean Greek freak level big. They're in Milwaukee to take on Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Bucks. And let's just say Minnesota got a full dose of the Greek freak in this one. But Anthony Edwards came to ball. How about a grown man deuce from AE inside? And then Edwards showing you that he can expand that range outside. I always compare his game to Tracy McGrady's. That's who he remind me of. Beautiful looking jump shot. Other end though, Joe Ingles goes up top to the Greek freak who throws it down. Giannis having his way inside early at home. But the T-Wolves would go on a major run to close out the second quarter as D'Lo knocks down a three. Edwards gets the deuce. Plus he's fouled. He missed the free throw, but despite that miss, it was Minnesota up by 11 as we took an intermission. But in the second half, Milwaukee's like, we got this guy named Giannis, and we probably should run the offense to him. You saw Giannis score the two, then dish to Joe Ingles, who knocks down a three. Ingles misses. Giannis does not. Greek freak taking over this basketball game. No Drew Holiday, no Chris Middleton. So what? Giannis dominating. Also got some help from Bobby Portis, who added 22 points and 14 rebounds. It's Milwaukee in full control. Then this happens. If you're a Minnesota fan, this is not what you want to see with Karl-Anthony Towns already down due to injury. Anthony Edwards lands very awkwardly on his backside. That lower back, so important to what a high flyer like AE is trying to do. He would need help getting off the court, but he would stay in the game and do that. He had 30 points, also grabbed 10 rebounds, but Edwards' courageous effort is going to fall short because Giannis was just the man amongst many men. 43 points, 20 rebounds, another night at the office for one of the game's greatest talents we've ever seen under the age of 30. Bucks win by 9. Greek freak Bradley Beal makes his return after missing a few games. Again, to that hamstring that's been bothering him all season pretty much. Only problem is Bradley Beal's return game is against none other than Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee Bucks. And Giannis has been on a tear as of late, and this game was no different. He goes right at Kristaps Porzingis, but give Kristaps some credit. On the other end, Porzingis not afraid of a challenge, going at Giannis and coming out of it with a bucket. Bradley Beal's going to get caught lacking here, a little too casual with his between the legs pass, and it gets stolen by a very bad man, and Giannis windmills it down. Beal gets left wide open, a little don't mind if I do. 13 minutes for Bradley Beal. His hamstring would once again tighten up on him. Porzingis knocks down the three-pointer. He had 22 points. Giannis had more than 22. He goes baseline for the score. And then the Greek freak, whoop, 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 a little up and under on Porzingis. Third quarter, Bucks led it by 12 at the half. Look at Giannis with the bounce pass to Bobby Portis. BP had a double-double. Giannis did too. Look at him inside. Who gonna stop that? Bucks still maintaining their lead in the third. Some good Wizards hustle and ball movement is gonna end up with a Daniel Gafford throwdown. Wizards hanging around. Kuzma, 2 of his 20. It's a 4-point game here in the fourth. But that would be all she wrote because Giannis had a career night. I think this is probably the most agile finish I've ever seen Giannis do. None dunking, by the way. Giannis, beautiful English around the rim. Then the Greek freak capping off his best point production night of his career. A career high 55 points for Giannis Antetokounmpo. His Milwaukee Bucks win at home by 10. Well, I think a couple things are happening for Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee Bucks. Number one, they have not been playing good basketball as of late. They got pretty much manhandled on Christmas. The Cavaliers put a nice beat down on them a couple weeks ago. The Memphis Grizzlies put another one on him as well. The Brooklyn Nets really beat up on him recently as well. I think right now Giannis sees two things. Milwaukee Bucks are not playing the ball that he believes they should be. Right now it feels like the Boston Celtics are going to be the number 1 seed out east. That's something I thought the Bucks were for sure going to get this year. I'm thinking Giannis is also looking at these injury concerns. Maybe not of Drew Holiday, but definitely Chris Middleton. It's getting serious now for Chris. He's going into free agency this summer. But I also think there's one other thing that Giannis is noticing. Right now, guys are making MVP pushes. Look around the league. Guys are lighting it up right now. Every other night, Joel Embiid's going for 40, 45 points. Luka Doncic is putting up 60, 50s. You know, these are real numbers that are going to matter in the MVP race. So right now, Giannis is trying to work himself in, and he's starting to put up some of those big numbers. So when you look back through just the entire slate of the regular season, you can look around January and be like, oh, wow, right there, 3-game stretch. Giannis goes 40, 50 points, 30 and 20 rebounds. Like, that's what's happening right now. Giannis is looking at this MVP race kind of shape his form. You're looking at who's going to be the pretenders and who's going to be the contenders. And right now, I believe so far we know it will be Jokic, Giannis, Embiid, and Luka. I think Tatum will be in it too. He ain't putting up the big-time numbers like those guys are, though, as much as they are. I think those are your 5, though. I think. Now, there's give or take some room for a guy to the enter, but I think those are the 5 names night to night that are just going bonkers. So many great talents around the league, by the way. We got a lot of great guys. Like, think about it. Ja doesn't make the MVP list with that. Kevin Durant's been playing great ball this year. He doesn't even make the race under those considerations. Donovan Mitchell's been playing incredible ball. Those guys weren't even in my top 5. That's how great the league is at the top right now. At the top, we got guys. We got guys. By the way, Steph was playing MVP ball before he went down with injury. So I think that's what we're seeing right now is Giannis say, hold on now, I'm the best in the world. And I don't think y'all talk about me being the best in the world enough. Maybe y'all forgot. Let me remind y'all what I did a couple finals ago. Y'all know I had popped my knee out, and I came back and dropped 50 and 14 to win a championship for my team in Game 6. Let's not forget who I am now. You know my name. I'm the Greek Freak. I get freaky around that rim. Pause. Yeah, Giannis Antetokounmpo is saying, hold on, before we keep going forward with all these convos, let's make sure we understand who is the done data right now in the league. And I love that because I do believe Giannis is one of the most disrespected best players in the world we've seen in quite some time. And you let me know what you think the reason behind it. Obviously, my reason is he's not from America. He didn't play college here. He didn't play high school ball here. I think those are the things that just there's no real connection to Giannis. He's just kind of this guy that came alongside his brothers from Greece, and he just kind of popped out overnight, it feels like. I know to him, he's put the work in, but to us, it feels like one day we just looked up and this dude wasn't a skinny kid no more. This dude was bulked. So shout out to Giannis, the great ball he's playing, and then shout out to everybody. A lot of guys around the league playing some really good ball offensively.